Have you ever noticed your cat choosing to sit near you, close enough to feel your presence, yet turning their back completely toward you as if you weren't even there? You reach out, expecting them to curl into your lap or nuzzle against your hand. But instead, they settle into position with their spine facing you, their gaze fixed on something distant, something unseen. It feels strange, doesn't it? Almost like rejection. You might wonder if you've done something wrong, if your cat is upset with you, or if this is just another one of those mysterious feline behaviors that seems designed to keep us guessing. But what if I told you that this seemingly cold gesture is actually one of the most profound expressions of trust your cat can offer? To understand what's really happening when your cat turns their back to you, we need to travel back thousands of years to a time before cats were our companions, before they shared our homes and our lives. In the wild, a cat's survival depends entirely on vigilance. Every moment is a calculation of risk and reward. Their ancestors lived in a world where predators lurked in shadows and danger could strike from any direction without warning. In such an unforgiving environment, turning your back on anything, even for a heartbeat, meant vulnerability. It meant exposing the most defenseless part of your body to whatever might be waiting. So cats evolved to be perpetually alert, their senses tuned to every rustle in the grass, every shift in the wind, every flicker of movement at the edge of their vision. Now imagine your living room from your cat's perspective. Even though they're domesticated, even though they've never hunted for survival or fled from a predator, those ancient instincts still pulse through their veins. When your cat sits with their back to you, they're not ignoring you or dismissing your presence. They're doing something far more meaningful. They're telling you that they trust you so completely, so deeply, that they feel safe enough to let their guard down in your presence. By turning away, they're essentially saying that you are not a threat, that you don't need to be monitored, that they can focus their attention outward because they know you're watching their back in return. Think about it this way. When you're sitting together and your cat positions themselves between you and the rest of the room, they're actually acting as your sentinel, your guardian. They're taking on the role of protector, scanning the environment for anything unusual, while trusting that you won't take advantage of their exposed position. This is the same behavior you might see between cats in a bonded pair, or a mother cat with her kittens. It's a formation that speaks to partnership, to mutual protection, to a bond that goes beyond simple companionship. Your cat sees you as part of their family unit, their pride, their inner circle of safety. There's something else happening here too, something even more beautiful when you consider the sensory world your cat inhabits. Cats communicate not just through sight and sound, but through scent in ways we can barely comprehend. When your cat sits with their back to you, they're surrounding themselves with your scent, allowing it to envelop them like an invisible blanket of comfort. They can feel the warmth radiating from your body. They can hear the steady rhythm of your breathing, the familiar sounds of your movements. All of these sensory inputs combine to create an experience of profound peace for your cat. They don't need to look at you to know you there, because every other sense is telling them they exactly where they belong. Watch closely the next time this happens, and you'll notice something remarkable. Your cat's ears might swivel back toward you occasionally, tracking your movements even though their eyes are pointed elsewhere. Their tail might curl gently or rest against your leg, maintaining that physical connection. If you get up and move to another spot, there's a good chance your cat will reposition themselves to once again settling with their back toward you in this new location. This isn't coincidence. It's deliberate. It's choice. Your cat is actively choosing to be near you. Some of the most touching moments happen when your cat is sitting this way, and they slowly start to relax even further. Maybe their eyes begin to close halfway, that drowsy, contented expression washing over their face. Maybe they start to groom themselves lazily, another sign that they feel completely at ease. In the animal kingdom, grooming and sleeping are activities that require an incredible sense of security. No creature puts themselves in such a defenseless state unless they absolutely trust their surroundings. So when your cat does these things while sitting with their back to you, they're layering trust upon trust, telling you in every possible way that you are their safe haven. Now, contrast this with how your cat behaves around strangers or in unfamiliar environments. Notice how they become hypervigilant, how their eyes track every movement, how they position themselves to face potential threats head-on or find hiding spots where they can observe without being exposed. They would never dream of turning their back in those situations because the trust simply isn't there yet. The environment hasn't proven itself safe. But with you, in your shared space, all those defensive walls come down. What looks like indifference is actually the opposite. It's complete and total faith in your presence. This behavior also reveals something about the unique way cats show affection compared to other animals. Dogs might jump on you, lick your face, or follow you from room to room with obvious enthusiasm. Their love is loud and unmistakable. But cats are more subtle, more nuanced in their expressions of attachment. They show love through quiet gestures, through the slow blink across the room, through the gentle headbutt, and yes, through the willingness to be vulnerable in your presence. Understanding this helps us appreciate that feline affection isn't less than canine affection. It's just different, expressed in a language that requires us to pay closer attention to learn their vocabulary of trust. There's also a practical element to this behavior that connects to your cat's role as both predator and prey in the natural world. By positioning themselves between you and the room, they're maximizing the collective awareness of your shared space. You're behind them, presumably relaxed and observant. They're in front, actively scanning. Together, you create a complete circle of awareness where no angle is left unwatched. This is the kind of cooperative survival strategy that wild animals use when they feel connected to each other, when they function as a unit rather than as isolated individuals. Your cat has included you in their survival circle, and that inclusion is a gift. Sometimes people misinterpret this behavior and feel hurt by it, feeling as though their cat doesn't want to engage with them or is being standoffish. But now you know the truth. Now you understand that this is actually one of the highest compliments your cat can pay you. They're not being aloof, they're being authentic. They're re-showing you a level of trust that they reserve for only the most important beings in their life. When you see your cat's back, try to imagine it as a medal of honor, a certificate of trustworthiness that you've earned through consistent care, gentle handling, and the creation of a safe environment where your cat can simply be themselves. The next time your cat settles near you and turns away, take a moment to really absorb what's happening. Feel the weight of that trust. Notice the peaceful energy in the room, the quiet contentment that exists between you. Maybe reach out slowly and give them a gentle stroke along their back or behind their ears, acknowledging their presence without disrupting their vigil. They might lean into your touch or purr softly, adding another layer to this silent conversation you're having. These are the moments that define the human-cat relationship. These small exchanges of respect and understanding that happen without words. Understanding your cat's body language transforms the way you experience your relationship with them. Suddenly, every gesture becomes meaningful. Every choice they make about where to sit or how to position themselves tells you something about how they feel, about what they need, about the bond you share. Your cat sitting with their back to you is unto a puzzle to solve or a behavior to correct. It's a love letter written in the ancient language of felines, a message that transcends species and speaks directly to the heart of what it means to truly trust another being. So, the next time you find yourself looking at the back of your cat's head, remember that you're looking at trust itself. At trust itself, at vulnerability willingly offered at a bond that stretches back through millennia of evolution and forward into this exact moment, you re-sharing together. Your cat is telling you that in a world full of uncertainties, you are their certainty. In a life that once demanded constant vigilance, you are their peace. And in turning away, they're actually turning toward you in the deepest way they know how. If this moment of understanding touched you, if you've experienced this beautiful gesture of trust from your own cat, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Share your story of those quiet moments when your cat chose to sit with their back toward you, and now knowing what it means, how does it change the way you see them? And if you enjoyed discovering the hidden meaning behind this everyday behavior, consider subscribing so we can explore more of these secret conversations happening between you and your cat. These whispered truths that make the bond between human and feline one of the most extraordinary relationships in the animal kingdom.